Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Let's Play Recettear, Adventure Examination. So just a quick explanation. In the Adventure Examination, I talk about the different adventures you can get throughout the game, how you acquire their guild card, what I feel are their strengths and weaknesses, their special attacks, and just some basic information about them. Some of the information is taken from the game wiki, the rest is conjecture on my part. So this time we'll be examining Caillou. He's a magician who shows up after you beat the Jade Way, and you have to reach merchant level 7 to be able to take advanced orders. When he shows up, he asks for 3 items: a charred lizard, a bat wing, and a slime liver, which can be acquired from a troll, an eye bat, and the crown slime, respectively. You have an infinite amount of time to fulfill the order, but he harasses you every 3 days or so until you get the items. Once you manage to befriend him by either offering him deals or so on, he gives you his guild card, becoming an adventurer. Since he is a magic user, he is the squishiest of all the adventurers, but he has the highest magic, and all of his special attacks are based on that stat. He also has the highest magic defense. As he levels up, and once he gets the level that I actually have the Caillou at in this save file, most magic attacks hit him for like 1 damage. So he can take magical attacks like a champ, pretty much the exact same way Louis can take physical attacks. So he's kind of the opposite of Louis. So he can take magical attacks really easily, but physical attacks destroy him, so you really want to avoid those. Caillou can actually be pretty tricky to play. You want to make sure that, especially when you first get him, that you're giving him pheromone pretty much every time you go into the dungeon, and that is something you can buy from the merchant in town. Pheromone raises your adventurer's max HP up to, I think it's like 200 points over whatever the maximum is when they hit level 99. Since he is a mage, you do have to do some SP management. And the way this is accomplished is through really just kind of keeping an eye on your SP. But you do it through either eating sweets or leveling. Like when you level up, it refills your SP. You can eat sweets to refill it, or if those aren't options, like if you don't have any sweets, or if you're not even close to a level, the best way to do it is to hit things with your staff. When you hit things with Caillou's staff, it gives him an SP. Like he regains SP at a rate of 1 to 5 randomly per hit. It can be more than that if it's a critical hit, but don't count on that happening. The most that I've ever seen paying attention, I think it like doubles it. The bad thing is this is complicated by the fact that Caillou has the weakest attack and probably the slowest attack speed. So to that end, you really want to hit slow enemies, which really eye-bats and slimes are your best friends. So I'll just kind of show that off real quick. So as you can see, Caillou has a super slow attack speed. There's a huge wind-up. The other thing you can actually do with Caillou is he actually has a ranged attack if you charge it. The only thing is it roots you to your spot, and it is only a tiny little beam, so it's effectively useless in my opinion. I don't really like it. But anyway, so Caillou has 5 special attacks, as you can see down here in the bottom. Each one uses 5 SP, with the exception of the 4th one, which I'll get to. But in order, they are the Pyro Bomb, the Ice Mine, Spark Burst, Gemini Force, and Warp. Like I said, they all use 5 SP, with the exception of Gemini Force, which uses 25. So Pyroblast is it's a fireball. Really? Like an ice trap. So basically, Pyro Burst explodes in a sphere around Caillou, damaging everything around and above him. It's okay. It's one of the 3 attacks that he starts with. It's not great. I almost never really use it. But it's not bad in a pinch. The next one is Ice Mine. Shit, hang on. Can't really use Ice Mine against ropers. Ropers kind of ruin your day. But really with Ice Mine, it shoots out a block of ice. And you can see it goes that far and then it explodes up out of the ground, and it does damage to anything that touches it as well as anything that is around it. So anything like in this area, in that swirl that you kind of saw go around it, anything that touches that swirl takes constant damage. The good thing about Ice Mine, it's really difficult to use, but really effective when you manage to pull it out. It's really satisfying when you manage to hit something with it. Like right there, I just destroyed a blue roper with it, which I don't normally take that risk. I usually just use Spark Burst on ropers or Pyro Bomb. But yeah, Ice Mine, it can be pretty effective because you know, you can, I don't know, it's just, you kind of have to come up with your own strategy. I have certain ways that I like to use it. Everyone plays differently. The next attack is Spark Burst, which it shoots out a bunch of projectiles in a V shape. I'll demonstrate on that knight. So as you can see, it just kind of shoots it out. It's kind of like a shotgun. It's better at close range because all of the projectiles are concentrated in a smaller area. The farther away something gets, the less likely you are to hit it. You can do it in small bursts like so, or you can hold it down for a sustained, you know, and obviously you can change directions as I'm doing in mid burst. The only thing you can't do is shoot diagonally. The next attack, which is Gemini Force, you unlock it at level 25, and it creates a bunch of swirling orbs around Caillou. The number of orbs depends on your magic attack, so it's a minimum of 2 plus whatever your magic skill is. Like, I think it's like a division of. They will stay there for pretty much ever until you hit something. So as you can see, they're swirling around Caillou, and they will hit anything that comes near them and do damage, but once they hit, they disappear. So they're kind of effective as a shield, but not really. Where they really come in handy is you summon them and then you attack, and they home in on the nearest enemy. So they're kind of magic missile-y. Let's see if we can't find them. So see, they just do that. Now if there's nothing nearby, they'll just go in a straight line really slowly. So they're okay. The final move is Warp, and Warp is exactly what it sounds like. It works just like the trap. It unlocks at level 30. So you use it, and it teleports you to a random spot in the dungeon. It's kind of a panic button, really. Whenever you're in trouble and you're about to die, you just kind of use that and hope it doesn't send you somewhere worse than you already are. But yeah, so that is Caillou. Oh, some things about his personality that I kind of forgot to mention. Caillou's kind of a jerk. He's also kind of childish, but he doesn't like to admit it. There are some things that show up in the... There are some of his backstory that is pretty funny to watch and make fun of him, because he is so mean to Recet, but in kind of an amusing way, I guess. But anyway, so that has been this episode of Recettear Adventure Examination with Caillou. Thank you very much for watching, and join me next time when we examine Tia, or Tile, however you say her name. Anyway, like I said, thank you very much for watching, and join me next time.